Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again with another match reaction fans calling show. Yes, again, the battle of the bridge. Another loss, guys. Thanks for entering the show, guys, and we're back after this. Yeah, guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again with another match reaction to the loss at Stamford Bridge. That's 4 in a row now against Chelsea. Let me take you through before. So, guys, if you wanted to come on, the link is in the chat. We will be bringing you on shortly. Matt will be joining me shortly when he's finished for what he's doing. So a couple of things. So we are going live, guys, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure, guys, you subscribe, like, share, comment. And guys, and we are just under now 270 away for 1K subs, guys. So let's get this channel up to 1K subs, guys. And if you're going to come into the comments section, guys, make sure you leave your comments, smash the like and subscribe if you can, and let this get this channel out there to your families and friends, and let them know we are here. We've got my cousin Mike. How's it going, pal? Want to come on? Yes. Just click on the link shortly, and we'll be getting people on when we can. Derek says, good evening, Simon and Matt. Poor effort today, lads. Derek, thank you very much. We'll get into that. Thanks for coming on again, matey. Simpy Ace, thanks for coming in, pal. Hello, everybody. We lack quality all over the pitch. And Grapefruits. Conte made mistakes. Why on earth did Reguilon skip and Mora not start? Enoch have 8 days to keep Conte. Yeah, we definitely need some change there. Simply Ace, thanks for your comment. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, Paul. Evening, Paul. How's it going, my friend? How annoying is it that Chelsea always up their game against us? Oh, yeah, I know. Paul, it's frustrating, mate. It was frustrating. We'll get into it. We'll get into it in a minute. Dietrich's game, thanks for coming in, pal. Evening. Simon, hope you're doing well, my brother. I told you Leverley will never change his ways, even though he's under pressure with Conte. This team sucks. And sell Tanganga, please. Dietrich, thanks for coming in, pal. Thank you very much, showing your support as well. Yeah, I know you keep banging the drum against Leverley. I'm still somehow keeping that hope that we are going to come in for someone else, for a couple of players. It's got to. Someone, 1 or 2 or maybe 3 has got to come through this door in January. But thanks for your comments. Paul says they're up their game and we just don't show up. And absolutely, Paul. So guys, keep your comments coming, guys. Smash the like while you're here, guys. And if you want to come on, the link is there in the chat, guys. The link is there at the top, where it says Premier Hotspur TV. You'll see it, and it's just click on the StreamYard link, and it'll get you into the studio, and we'll get you on. Is there more down here? Paul said, we will buy a couple of the players. I'm sure of it. I'm sure, Paul. I am sure, matey. So, guys, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, and if you want to join the, come on and have your say, click the StreamYard link, which I will put in the link again if anyone can't see it. There it is, guys. I'm putting it back into the chat. If you want to come on, click on the StreamYard link and come and have your say. Simon Stevens, evening, my pal. How's it going? Gutted with that result, and now it's international break, so we can't even put it right. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a thing with that, Simon. Maybe we can go away. Hopefully, there's no injuries to these players, and we can come back and try and put it right. Hopefully, by then, Simon will have 1 or 2, maybe 3 through the door. We definitely need them. We definitely need them. And also, we got Derek saying Winks and Højbjerg not the answer in midfield. Well, we'll get into that definitely. Let's get in Michael. Let's get in. He's waiting in the background. A Chelsea fan here. Michael, how's it going?
Hello, cuz. How you doing? You alright?
You alright?
Yeah, how's the family alright?
The other way.
Turn this way.
Yeah. That's it. Here we go. Yeah, nice one, Mike. Just lift up a bit. Yes, we can see you. Mike, good evening, pal. Congratulations on Chelsea winning that game, mate. It was, I don't know. The first half, okay, you had a few chances and could have scored, and we had a goal disallowed. I think it was a bit soft to me personally.
No, yeah.
I think Thiago went down a bit too easy there. I think you can't call a foul for contact. You know what I mean? It wasn't in a foul. You know what I mean? Me personally. So it should have stood. But that's it. I mean, the second half come out and with his CIH goal, we just didn't. We just backed off and backed off and backed off. We didn't get nowhere near him. But let's get into it, Mike. I don't know where Mike's gone there. He'll come back in. We've lost him there. Simply sorry. Big up Michael from Derek. Thank you very much, pal. Add to the stream. Mike, you still here, mate?
Yeah, I'm still here,
yeah. Simply says an old lady would have knocked out Thiago Silva. Laugh out loud. Absolutely. Paul says Højbjerg was awful today. Davis must have thought we were playing in the blue kit. The colour he passed it to. Winks went back to his old ways, and Doherty mate as well stayed at home.
No, I don't really believe that. I think Winks played pretty all right. He was quite solid, Winks, and Højbjerg as well.
Simon said, looking all smug, Michael, but we wipe that smile off your face in 10 years when we get lucky again with a crap, with a what's that? There's a crop of good young players and a young manager.
Dream on, mate, dream on. You've only ever beaten us once in how many years? Since 1990.
We've beaten you a couple of times since then, in a way. Where did you go wrong for the Spurs thing today?
I would say that you lack a hell of a lot of positions quality. If you look at since 2014 with Spurs up until now, you've only bought 6 players, and 2 of them the most expensive at 27 million. Now that ain't going to get you in the top 4. You're not going to be able to, unless you do a Leicester and just buy these players no one's heard of and then go on and win the league. But that ain't going to happen.
Yeah,
that's what I think you're going wrong. You're lacking a lot of positions.
Yeah, and I think we've got the right manager now to.
You definitely have the right manager.
He's voiced his opinion.
And yeah, I felt sorry for him. You know, at his interview afterwards, I've really felt sorry for him. You could see in his eyes, he just don't know what to do. Like, he needs upstairs to now answer him and give him what he needs. You know what I mean? Every cup contest he's been to, he's been backed.
This is the video here. I'll bring up on screen, Mike. Give me a couple of seconds, and I'll share it. And Yeah, it's wait on. I know it's this one here, Mike. Let me play it.
Yeah, I felt sorry for him, bless him.
And Tony, in terms of your team, how good to have Eric Dyer back, and also after Steven Bergwijn's heroics in midweek, was it impossible to leave him out?
No, but it was important for us and about Steve to score, but especially to stay well in a good physical condition, and in this way he can help us. Also, Eric was out for games. Now he's ready to come back, and yeah, we need also because today we are a bit in emergency, and to have these players available was good for us.
I feel like, especially in the last couple of cup games, we kind of we lost the game in the first half, really conceded sloppy goals, and then struggled to get back into the game. So being compact, being focused, especially in the first half, trying to stay stable, and then we feel like with our physical condition, we can take the game deep and see if we can win the game in the second half.
We made a formation for the players available, and in the press conference before the game against Chelsea, I said that we had to face with a couple of injuries against Leicester, and after the game against Leicester and Moura and Skip had problems, and we have tried to recover them for the bench, and the medical department was good under this aspect to give me the possibility to bring them on the bench. Also, Emerson is not 100% in good physical condition, and then there is the result of the start 11.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for us. Obviously, we're on a good run, a few late goals in the last couple of games for us in the Premier League. But we're coming up against a very good side, so it'll be a real test today. Obviously, they knocked us out of the cup in the last couple of weeks, so we're trying to put that right today.
I said my players to be brave and to play with courage, and we'll see what happens. For sure, we know that this game is very tough for us, and but at the same time, maybe sometimes when you have a lot of
Mike, what Conti was saying there, I think I've got the other video. I'll show the other video later. And evening, Cole. How's it going, my friend? To me, Mike, me and Matt, when we were talking earlier, we were saying at least what we wanted to go out, the players go out with some fire in their belly, some fight, some passion. We didn't see it again. None of it. We didn't see none of that today. It seems like they weren't up for it.
To get that passion back into your squad, you've got to go back to Pochettino when he was in that Champions League run to the final. You had at least 7 players in your squad that were hungry, and they were working together. Since that final, since he's gone, you've lost players and that hunger, and I think you've done it more in your centre mids. Like, you miss an Eriksen, you miss a Modric, you miss that creative player that can give you Kane that ball. Do you know what I mean? He said it at the start of the season, before the start of the season. He wants to see a player, when he was asked, what player would you love to see you playing alongside? He said a Kevin De Bruyne. He just wants a player that he can work around. And that's where Levy and the other board members, they ain't going to give you that unless they go out and open a checkbook, because you need at least 50, 60 million to get one of them players at the moment, the way the market is. And you're not doing that. That's my opinion on it.
Simon says, you think Thiago was pushed in the back by Gukart and the way he went flying? Paul said, all doom. It's not all doom and gloom. We have lost one game in 10. Absolutely.
No, exactly.
Chelsea are streets ahead of Spurs. It shows on the pitch. It's embarrassing.
Look at Simon. You look at the teams, right? The top teams. They haven't just got 11 great players. They've got 25 great players. That's where Spurs. You look at every game Spurs play. When Conte looks at his bench, he don't know. He's like, oh my god. And you look at Chelsea's bench. You look at Man United's bench. How do you think they won their game against West Ham yesterday? Because they brought on 3 great players, and that's what you're lacking as well.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things with the club, how they're running the club. It's more of a sustainability.
I think in football,
what they've done. They're just concentrating on building this stadium, building this nice training facilities, and I think in the end we will get it right on the pitch. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah, of course it takes time. It's going to be in the summer, isn't it?
They haven't got the millions they haven't got the billions and billions like Abramovich and these Sheikh Mansours at cities who are just throwing money like it's no tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? That's how they are winning these trophies and things like that. We are not.
Yeah, but
we haven't been spending like that, and because the club is run differently compared to other clubs. I'm just going to bring Matt in.
But
yes,
look
Matt.
Hello, Matt.
No, my friend.
You all right, mate? How you doing? Congratulations on the win, fully deserved. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Just one of those things. Yeah, right, Simon.
How's it going, Matty? Simon says, if our board was even remotely competitive, we'll have got players through the door. Through the door early on the window and being in a much better position to compete in that game. Son is injured. Where's the urgency? I'll get back to that one, Simon. I'll get back to that. Evening, Cole. Just Mike, we're just gonna go through his questions, then we'll just carry on, matey. Simon says, so long as we continue to operate the way we are, we're going to burn through managers like a pack of cigarettes. Conte is doing well, but only because he's manager in a league of his own. Simply Ace says, we struggled defensively, getting caught out of possession, could not stir any passes and together, and our strikers had zero support. We are in a complete mess, and I could go on and on. There we go, and we got Ron. We lost to Chelsea 2 times already, and the team lineup wasn't that strong, so it's okay. We were only 1 point off top 4 and 2 games in hand. Let's stay positive.
4 games in hand.
That's the sort of comment. No, it's all about United over United. Conte did make mistakes. Let's not forget. Absolutely, we'll get into that as well.
He did not make mistakes.
He did. I'll tell you.
I don't think he did. He's making a point.
It was a rubbish display, but look at the difference in the bench. We need strengthening, so Leafly needs to sort this out, but also still right in there for top 4. So dust it off and move forward. Simon comes in, says Chelsea had 4 or 5 creators on hand. We had 0. Matt, welcome to the stream. Where did it go wrong?
I don't know. I think I just personally think Chelsea are a better side at this moment in time. I think the quality difference is crazy in terms of the midfield. You look at their bench; they bring on people like Kante, and we can't rely on. Look, Lo Celso's not there. All our creative midfielders are not there because he wants them gone, obviously from the club. I think the game plan was there. I don't think he went there for a win because I don't think Conte is. I don't think he's been. I know a lot of people have had a go at the sort of line-up and things like that, but I don't know. From what I've heard, it sounds like we've had quite a few injuries or a few problems going in after the Leicester game. So I don't really know what people want him to sort of do. Son's not available. Romero's not back yet. I still think there was some positives. I don't think Davinson Sanchez was that bad again today. Dyer was better in the middle of the back 3. We had a couple of chances. Whether we should have had a disallowed, whether that goal should have been disallowed or not, my personal opinion, I don't think it should have been disallowed. I think that was. I think Thiago Silva was playing for that, and I think for Sky to actually, I suppose, I'm not saying condone cheating, but obviously, like, they sort of made a point. Like Roy Keane was saying a few weeks ago, he wants it to be a more aggressive game and not people keep falling over. And then today,
contact sport, wasn't it? That's what he's.
yeah. And then today, he's literally like, "Oh, well, yeah, no, that's a foul. He should be going over there." So they're almost condoning diving in the game. I mean, if a striker does that, I don't think they get it, and they probably get booked for a yellow card. So I don't, it happened to us against Liverpool, Simon. Dele Alli with Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was a push in the back, and that should have been a penalty. The thing for me is no consistency. Now, it might have changed the game plan completely, because I think that's what Conte set up for. He set up for maybe one chance to, get that goal, and then, I think we did all right. First half we stopped them from scoring. Chelsea looked frustrated. I think Stamford Bridge was a bit frustrated because it was quite quiet, most of the time, and then they got their tails up in the second half. But look, it's not all bad. I was a bit annoyed at first, but you just have to brush it off and go, look, Arsenal drew to Burnley, stay at home. Like, we've lost to Chelsea. Yeah. I think there is a slight, difference. West Ham have lost again, this week. I just think maybe we haven't got enough players. We haven't got the strength and depth to compete with Chelsea, and it's as simple as that. But I think to get on the manager's back and all this, maybe, I don't know what more he could have done. I mean, I think the game plan was to go to Stamford Bridge and not lose.
He played to draw today. That's what it was. That's why he had a back four.
Let's go back to this comment. Then this is where I want. This is where I want to. I'm trying to make this right. I don't think Simply Ace is trying to say if it was on Conte. I think what he's trying to say, if Simply Ace wants to come back in the chat after one, I'll say what I'm saying to say, is what I think he's going to try and say is we had Reguilon, Mora, and Skip on the bench. If they weren't fit enough to go on the bench, they shouldn't be in the squad. So if they're fit enough to play, we've got international break for 2 weeks. At least play them from the start. That's what I probably agree. That's probably what Simply Ace is trying to say. I will have played, and if they're fit enough to go on that bench, Matt, they're fit enough to start. In my liking, I mean,
my opinion on that is why he didn't start them is because if he started them, Moira, they would have been open for counter-attack after counter-attack at the beginning of the game, and that's not what he wanted. That's not what he wanted.
Them three started against Leicester when it was away, and we absolutely pumped them. You know what I mean? So I think
yeah, but you're playing against a team. You're playing against a team like Chelsea. You play a back three with two. Leicester don't do that like that well. He's looked at the last two games in the cup, and he's attacking. He's attacking. You can't get the ball, and that's why he went defensively. He wanted us to come forward, and you go to counter attack.
I just think we need someone like Mora to get on the ball. I said this before the preview, to get on the ball and go at Chelsea. We didn't have it. Bergwijn done it in bits and bobs. Mora, I think he would have made a bit of a difference if he started me in the first half, especially. But I'm a bit disappointed that they're on the sub. This is what I don't get. They're on the sub bench. If they're only half fit, why on the sub bench then if they're only half fit? I mean, I don't get it.
It can differ, can't it? Sometimes substitutes, he said before, maybe, I think he said it about Bergwijn when he was coming back from his calf injury. If he can give me 20 minutes towards the end, then that's all I sort of asked for. So if they're on the bench, it's because they're not fully fit and they maybe...
If it is right, Matt, what I didn't get, we should have just bring up a couple from the under 23s are saying who's fully. We need fully fit players to come off the bench. It's not worth having an half-fit player coming for the last 15, 20 minutes when we try and chase a game.
I know, but either way, we will still moan. If you see an under 23, I guarantee it, you'll still get people going, "Oh, why was he on the bench? Where's our, where's Ali? Where's Ndombele? People, where's the
No, but the thing is, you had the likes of Winks on there. If we had swapped them around, Winks on there, Bergwijn on the bench. You know what I mean? Fitting players like that.
I think he's trying the best he can with his squad at the moment, and I don't think he wanted to take a risk with Reguilon and Mora. We've got a nice 2-week break now. Go and do the training. Go off. Some of them will. I think a few of them have got internationals, haven't they? I think Argentina. So
it's the winter break, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah,
There's
but I think
no,
Argentina.
it's only AFCON, Argentina
Yeah.
Cups and Brazil and all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, I suppose, yeah, we'll just look, for me now, Simon, that's it. We've played Chelsea. We're not going to play them again, most likely, unless we get them in the Cup if we go further in the FA Cup. It's one out the way, mate, and I think we just got to move on and get on with it.
Matt, what did I say before the game, Matt? Where was the heart? Where was the fighting spirit? Where was the passion? There was nothing out there again, Matt. There was nothing. It was literally zilch. It's like they just
I'm
turned
not sure if
up.
it was zilch. I'm not sure if I fully agree with that. I did see some fighting spirit. I definitely saw him try today. We put tackles in. Doherty probably maybe he put his foot in. Tanganga got a yellow card. He was pushing about. We had chances.
3 games now, mate.
We scored at. I don't agree with we didn't try. I think even Conte's come out and said he's proud of the players for what he's sort of seen and the effort they showed. I mean, towards that last 10 minutes, we did go for it. Those last 15, we were breaking through Chelsea's midfield with Mora, with Skip coming on, driving forward. Unfortunately, Simon, we just don't have that quality at this moment. And
he said at the end that what he saw told him a lot. I think that's a flip
told him
side
a lot, but he also said he's proud. He's proud of the players and the effort that they showed. So, yeah, you just got to set Chelsea.
If I was Conte, obviously he's got to keep that intact, isn't it? If
the players put no effort in, then we would have been probably 1 or 2-0 down at half time. So I think they did their job at half time. As soon as Tanganga got the yellow card, I think Conte should have changed it at half time and got him off and brought in Skip and maybe moved Doherty to right back, get Tanganga off, and then they wouldn't have used Hudson-Odoi down that. He was attacking him, and especially in that second half. I was worried that either Tanganga was going to get sent off or he just wasn't going to go towards the ball, and it opened up spaces for Chelsea's better players. But he's only human, Conte, and he hasn't got the squad yet, and everyone makes mistakes. So
yeah, I don't want anyone to come in here saying, "Oh, he's fucking talking shit." I just want to say,
I get what you mean, mate.
If they're on the bench, right, and there is only if they're only half fit, well, why not playing? This is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? It's an important game. It's not like we're playing fucking Southamptons or Burnleys. It's an important game. You know what I mean? At least play them 3 from the start. You know what I mean? If they're fit enough to go on the bench, in my eyes, they're fit enough to start. That's all I'm trying to say there, because it was an important game today. You know what I mean? Okay, we haven't won there since God knows when Ericsson and Dele Alli last scored there, but I mean, it's just gutting to see that. I mean,
that was when Conte was in charge too.
Chelsea are a much better side than us, no doubt, but our team don't give a damn.
No, I don't believe
I don't agree with that. I
don't agree with that.
Because
if they didn't give a damn, they'll be losing week in, week out.
Michael, let me go for the chat first, mate. Well, evening, Simon and Matt. I think we need to huddle together and shed our tears after this weekend. Nah, it's all right there, my Tone. We will bounce back from this, matey. Ron said, hope we sign some players, to be honest. And Romero Sonny needs to be back. We can do this. I truly, truly believe we can get we can get full place. Yeah, it's not doom and gloom. By all counts, Simon says VAR is pointless because more than often, it's not just the referee shifting responsibility of decision to a different referee, but we can't hold that one to account for a bad decision. Absolutely, that was a terrible decision. Ruling that goal off. By the way, 4 games in hand when we. It's 4 games in hand. Is it over Chelsea? Is it 2 over United? Isn't it? Chelsea,
yeah, but you got some tough games.
Magical would won those 4 games, and we might above Chelsea, close to Liverpool. Simon Cole says Chelsea are a better side and got a really strong squad, and I agree with Mike. He is proving a serious point to pull your finger out and do some deals we know Conte does not pull his punches. Simon says, I agree with Michael, but at the same time, you look at that lineup and as it's poor as you have seen pre-Martignol years. Yes, Simply Ace say, yes, Simon. I'm saying exactly that, yeah. I thought that, Simply Ace. Flipping, I've got so many comments there. Cole says, Matt is Matt is right. The problem we have flair players and Conte wants them all out on the off the squad, and he wants to bring new ones in. Simply Ace says, if the players are not fully fit, they should not be in squad play. End off. Absolutely, that's exactly what I say. I agree with you, Simon. We lacked a lot of effort. Effort was 50% tops. And Cole says they tried, but Chelsea were the better team, unfortunately. So we need to forget about it and move on. I think we tried, but Chelsea raffled our threat, and our threat comes from threading the ball through the flanks and the middle of the on the break. But they doubled up on us and closed the space. So, guys, yeah, we've been through that. What went wrong? We've been through that. Matt, did we set up defensively?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think we
Definitely.
did set up defensively, but I think obviously, not having Skip, more. I mean, they were fit enough to go on the bench, but what people don't realise is, just because they're fit enough on the bench doesn't mean they're going to be able to play a full game. I think they have sports scientists and things like that.
Wouldn't you rather them started than if they couldn't make it come off?
Well, no, not if that, because if they start and they pull up a hamstring injury and then he's out for what, I don't know, 5 6 weeks.
If he comes in the second half, Matt, and he pulls up.
We're in a terrible position if someone like Mora gets injured, because it makes the transfer window even harder to get someone in January. And clubs will know we need a player desperately, and they'll put prices up. So I don't think it was a bad decision to, sports science is massive in football now and sport. And if the sports scientists have said their level is near that 100% where it's max burn off time and it could cause injuries, then he'll put him on the bench and he'll bring in other sort of players, which,
what I'm trying to say, Matt, I agree what you're trying to say there, mate. Absolutely. But what I'm trying to say, he brought him on in the second half. So that's exactly the same as starting him, is it really? Because you brought him on in the second half and he pulled his hamstring or whatever. That's exactly the same as starting him. And if he pulled, it's no difference, is there?
Well,
yeah, but if you started him, then it would have been the same difference. Who are you going to bring on? Because you're not going to pay 90 minutes, is he? So he has to bring these players who can make a difference in the game on from the bench.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean.
He set up defensively to get a draw at Chelsea, try and keep his unbeaten run, and just try and get us a point and take something positive from it. The first half worked brilliantly. We kept them at bay, and we went in 0-0. And for people to say we didn't put any effort in and we were rubbish, you need to go and watch the game again, especially that first half. We put our foot in, we showed some passion, and we nullified Chelsea. They were getting frustrated.
Listen, in this last since December, Chelsea have had a horrendous time. We've had times where we never had games postponed when other teams had them because of COVID. We got on with it. You look at Brighton game. Look at our bench. Look at our team against Brighton. They still managed to get 1-1 against us. Look at our squad. Do you know what I mean? These things happen. Do you know what I mean? You got to get on with it. That's it. You lost today.
We've had our problems. I mean, we've had our COVID problems. We've cracked on with it. So we're not the crying.
We've still got problems as well. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day. But what I'm saying, mate, that the first goal, Matt, Tanganga didn't close down Hosodoi. He was absolutely fucking useless today.
He couldn't. He couldn't charge down. He would have got a red.
He would have got a red, yeah.
Tesson Davis just. They just took him off at half time, but Sisson and Davis just looked at CI, just looked at him, didn't close him down. He took 1 touch, 2 touch, he didn't fucking close
because if you look at the way of play, he looked like he was going to put through Mount. then he changed his decision, and they went the other way, and that's why he was closed. That you could tell that from he was smart. He knew what he was doing.
I think
He's one of
you can't blame a defender for that. That was an unbelievable finish, and I just think you have to go. That is a worldie of a goal.
I'm trying to get at. I'm not saying the goal was amazing, top draw, but he took one touch, two touch, right, to get it onto his left foot. Sessegnon just looked at him for 5 seconds. He should have closed him down. Him or Davis. One of them should have closed him down and just backed off again. Like we've been doing for years. Yeah. Backed off, and we don't close the fuckers down. You know what I mean? It's absolutely rife. Got some more comments in here. Ron says, let's hope Conte gets what he wants, and if he doesn't and thinks about walking away, then what will Tottenham do? They can't replace Conte with any donkey on the street from the back arse of nowhere.
It's very true. Very true.
Simon says we had to set up defensively because we had no other options, and the attacking options we do have aren't going to trouble defence set up like Chelsea. Kane was the only one there we're worried about.
He played good today as well.
Timman 007, thanks for coming in, pal. How can any Spurs fan still be ENIC in? This is all down to them for poor recruitment over the years. We need to be at least 2 or 3 in this window, another 3 or 4 in the summer window. I totally agree with the 3 or 4, with the 2 or 3. I mean, we'd need at least 2 and 3.
Well, I said this at the beginning, Simon. Since 2014 until now, you've only bought 6 players. That's not even one every season. That's not a team that's going to be finishing top 4, winning any trophies.
Cole said the team put the effort in, and we just got done on the day. Isn't that the way we say the Premiership is the best? Because on the day, anyone could beat anyone. Absolutely, Cole. Tim Man 007 says team of very, very average players will only keep Kane. Absolutely, I've been saying this for a long, long time. Take Kane and Son and Lloris out of that team. Very, very bang average. And Noel says need more strikers. I totally agree with that. So yeah, I agree that we set up very defensive today. Very, very defensive. But I'm not going to think of it because we'll crack on and yeah, what I said, Matt, you were saying we did have some fighting spirit in the first half. Did you see it in the second?
I mean, obviously the second goal went in, well, first goal, and then obviously second goal. I still think we were trying to go forward. You know, he made the changes. He brought on Moore. He brought on Skip. Skip was flying in with tackles. He was putting his foot in. We were trying to get hold of the ball, but then Chelsea bring on someone like Kante. It's a hell of a difference in squad quality, mate. I just think when they're 2-0 up, they're gonna sit back. They're gonna manage the game. It's what Chelsea do. Look, at the end of the day, we've been done by a worldie and a free kick. It can happen to many teams. It's like I say. There's been quite a few weird. Or it's not a weird result to us. We just always lose. At this moment in time against Chelsea, 4 times this season, and but I definitely saw a bit more passion than I saw, especially in the cup games for me. We were trying to go forward. We were trying things, and Conte's come out himself and said he was proud of the effort. So, I mean, the guy doesn't lie, does he? As we've said before. So, I mean, if he's proud of the effort.
Stats proved themselves. The last game in Cup, in the first half, we had 85% of ball. This first half today, we only had 61% of the ball. Yeah. So it is a difference. And it will show you that Tottenham were trying to get, you know what I mean? So
we still had chances in that second half. Kane with that header from a corner, that was a good save by Kepa. Bergwijn hit one on the volley, just didn't get enough power on it. So I think for people to say we didn't really put any effort in or try, I think is I don't agree with it, and I think
We had it against Brighton. Every Chelsea fan trying to make out Tuchel should be gone. Are you crazy? Really? But our board came out yesterday and said they're happy with him. He's in a cup final. He's won 2 cups in his first year. So I get it as well. I don't understand some Chelsea fans because there's one bad result. It's just like ridiculous.
And the thing, people say, oh, yeah, but Brighton had a go at Chelsea. Yeah, because Brighton have better players on the football than our team. Unfortunately, at this moment in time, the way they play better than us out from the back, they've got players like Trossard, who's, a very good player.
Yeah, but they've only got players that are playing well for the manager setup at the moment. You put them players 100%. In a top team, they're not going to perform like that. They're not. They're going to find it a lot harder. Because different structure, different thing.
Did you have Lamptey back at Chelsea?
Lamptey, oh yeah, definitely. I don't understand why we got rid of him. That's one youngster I was really shocked we're getting rid of. He's a pretty good player. He's done really well for them. We've got good Chelsea, players coming from Derby, but
I've just heard Spurs fans go, well, if Brighton can do it, why can't Spurs? And it's like, well, it's a completely different game. One, it's a derby to Chelsea, and you guys obviously hate us.
Derby's a totally different
game for me.
Man United could go on a poor run of 10 losing games and then play Liverpool and then beat them.
Exactly.
It happens. So it's look at Man City. With their team they only drew yesterday.
Yeah.
So and Southampton looked like they were going to win that game.
Yeah, a team a couple of weeks ago we got bantered for Simon getting a draw at, and City with their squad couldn't even finish them off, and arguably should have had a red card yesterday. Yeah. I don't know how the court escaped a red card. I just think you got to put it all into perspective that Chelsea played well today, but Spurs put in some effort and some passion. Yeah, we lost, but we've still got 4 games in hand. We move on. We've got 2 weeks off now. We'll have Son back, I'm sure, after this international break, and we'll have Romero back in our team. So, and hopefully maybe 1 or 2 signings.
I think we need 3 minimum now, Matt. Well, after seeing that, mate, some of the players.
You're not going to be playing Chelsea every week. This is the thing I'm going to be.
I think Tottenham should go to the EFL. I think they should go to Championship sides and buy the top players. Stop looking in Germany, bloody Spain, and all that lot. They need to go. I think there's some good players in that Championship.
Good players
in the Championship teams.
I agree, but
they can play in the Premier League.
I don't think they're ready to where Conte wants to be, because Conte's not a manager that looks for the future. He's straight away, man.
You're gonna struggle though, because a lot of players ain't gonna want to come because they're gonna look at the moment. Conte only has 1 year on his contract. If a player likes Conte, is he gonna risk coming to you? Because where's Conte gonna be next year? That player doesn't know. Then there's another factor of if they get Champions League, I want to play Champions League. If I'm willing to lead this team and then get the Tottenham and guarantee I'm going to get Champions League, they're going to come to you. It's going to have struggles.
That's the sort of player that,
he's good. And he'd be good with Kane and Son in that team. He's strong.
So there is players who want to come, don't you? I don't think you want to get a bit thing there. There is definitely players who want to come. Because of
I'm talking about players like the Suarez's and the players like that are leaving at the moment. Top players that are going to different teams. They're not going to be attracted to Tottenham. That's the players I'm talking about. The players all you fans want, they're not going to be attracted. Yeah, you're going to have Traore because he's at Wolves. He's going to come to Tottenham because, you know what I mean? They're going to come sniffing. He's going to come. But I'm talking about the top players out there. Conte wants.
We can get players like Vlahovic without a shadow of a doubt. That guy will come to Tottenham without a shadow of a doubt. I don't agree with that thing. He was the sort of player who will come to Tottenham. Same as Kessie. I think Kessie's.
I think coming back to it, we haven't not spent money over the last couple of years. We've just wasted it on shit.
7 years and you spent 27 million on 2 players that are top. That's it.
Well, no, and Dombele was 65 million.
But 65 million, and Celso was 50.
We spent 150 million after the Champions League final on Lo Celso and fucking Dombele. And then we bought crap like Emerson Royale. We can't do anything. Our recruitment's shocking. It's not the fact we haven't spent money. Over the last 2 seasons, we've spent money. We're signing Romero at 45 million quid for a centre-back. I don't agree with all this. We don't spend money because over the last couple of years, if you look at transfers, they have gone up. We've beat our record signing, 65 million. And I just think we spend it in the wrong way.
Simon says a Tory MP recently read a line in the Parliament to Boris Johnson that can only apply to Daniel Levy. If you've been there too long for the good that you're done, in the name of God, go.
No.
I don't know, Simon.
He's a businessman, isn't he?
Everyone's got opinions over Daniel Levy. Richard Evans, thanks for coming in, pal. Another pathetic display from from this bottle job lot. Enoch out now.
What's this Enoch? What is this Enoch? What's that?
Who owns us? They're the company.
Oh.
They're the actual company who owns us. Cole says, agree, Matt, 100%. It's our fan base that can't wait to get the poisonous with this. Yeah. Cole, I'm not trying to say it's all going wrong. I mean, under Conte, but I'll just point out a couple of things that could have changed today. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being poisonous at all. Simply A says we look blank going forward. 26 goals in 20 games says it all. We need someone in that can create and also score goals. We're definitely missing create, Matt, and it definitely missing someone who can.
You got someone who can create the goal. You got someone who can score the goals. Kane, he just needs a creator. He needs someone that's going to give him that ball.
Chelsea bench better than anyone in our first 11. Bar Kane says it all under the right, said Fred Brothers. Derek says, end of the day, Chelsea were class and Spurs were not good enough today. I have no complaints. I've got no complaints, really, Derek, and me personally, pal. Tim Man 007, do you think Conte will walk if Levy does not back him this month? And if he does,
no.
Where does he leave Spurs? He will not.
He'll wait till summer. If he ain't getting no money in the summer before the season kicked off, I reckon he would walk.
He's getting backed. Trust me, I don't care. 100% he's getting backed. Richard says that we are just a big Watford, change the manager every few months, and poor transfers coming through the door. I've had enough. Richard says every time I hear Simply Red's money too tight to mention, I think of Spurs. Richard says as well, don't see the likes of City, Chelsea, Liverpool interested in Traore, but good enough for Spurs. Richard, listen, Traore is a good fit for Tottenham. That's what I'll say. He's a good fit for Tottenham. Is he a good fit for Chelsea? No, because they've really got players. Is he a good fit
already
for
got
Liverpool?
players. No.
If they didn't have these players, Traore will be a good fit. I mean, Barcelona want him. You know what I mean? If it's not, this is not a bad signing we're getting in Traore. I think as me and Matt talking,
he's a good player, man. He's strong. He's good.
He'll be better under Conte as well. If Conte will get the best.
That's the thing. A player become a good player to become a really good player, playing for a team and under a system that suits him. And under Conte, it will suit him.
Ron said Ndombele was brought for 60 million, I think, and Sonny was brought for 20. I think 30 million, Matt, wasn't it, Son?
It was about 25 overall, but yeah.
25, yeah. Cole says Kessie deal agreed for January, but he doesn't want to leave AC Milan until his contract expires, as they are in a title fight. I've seen that before. I think he'll end up coming. Richard say we all laugh at Arsenal, yet they always lift silverware every other season and have more ambition.
Not this season.
Not this season,
Rich.
Not this season. You know, they haven't even scored a goal in 2022 yet, or in the league, I think. So, like, they can't beat Burnley at home. Like, why people can, you know, they're on that run again where they get a couple of, you know, good wins, good results, and their fans jump up with joy, and then, you know, supposed to be giving him a new contract. I mean, fine, crack on.
Oh dear. Ron says Son is by far the best deal Spurs have done in regards to players worth as years past. Yeah, I think Son. Yeah, I agree with you there, matey. Richard says I've got these Smiths on the sound system. In heaven knows. Was it? I'm miserable now. Oh dear! Why is everyone playing these flipping morbid songs then? Simply Ace said we also need another centre back and another right wing back. I think Traore will fit that one. I think a centre back.
I think we need a central midfielder more in terms of a creative midfielder.
Yes, exactly. Evening, Matthew. How's it going, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Cole says, no, not you, Simon. I was on stream earlier, and the crap that people were coming out with was nuts. Yeah, I can probably name a few. There's Cole. Simon says Kane in the current City or Chelsea side would rain goals. It's as Michael says, we need a creator and some proper quality. We've been saying this for a while now, Simon. Creator, mate, we've been missing that for a long, long time. Can't wait to see Guns N' Roses and the Miami Dolphins at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium beats any FA Cup final victory. Oh dear, Jesus, in Christ! All right, some of these, until you absolutely makes me laugh. And does it show then between the two sides, guys? I mean, it's a massive gulf in class, isn't it? Between the two teams, and that Conte needs reinforcements ASAP.
Yeah, of course he does.
Conte said after the game that it's going to take over 3 years. He thinks he says it's going to take not just one window, 2 windows. It's going to take 3 years to get Spurs back to any kind of competing.
Yeah, but then why isn't he not signed a contract for 3 years then? If that was his plan, because I read that he's even said he's only got 1 year left on his contract.
He's got 18 months, 18-month contract. So I say he's probably got another season, Matt? Is it a season and a half, isn't it? So he come halfway through this season, isn't it? Yeah. So it's probably another season he's got. I would say.
They need to keep him. That's definitely 100%.
I think they will. I really do. I can't see Conte walking
I hope
out.
so.
I really don't.
Hope so.
Seriously. Matt, after today, and after the last couple of games as well against Chelsea, it's golfing class, mate, isn't it? Between the two teams, where you can see that Roman Abramovich over the years have spent the billions, have spent the money, stayed at Stamford Bridge, spent the money on players, winning trophies then going to another stadium. Would you have liked to have done that, Matt? Like what other Spurs fans are saying, they would love to stay up the old White Lane, put money into players, winning trophies, and then moved on.
Well, I personally think if we had the old White Hart Lane still, I don't think we'd be anywhere near the spending power we've got. I think the stadium has brought in the funds where we can buy someone like Ndombele. Because I think if we stayed at the old White Hart Lane, I don't think it would have generated enough. I think we have to move.
I think you're right there, because if you put, I'm not just saying it's Chelsea, Mike, but if you put Daniel Levy at Chelsea, and would Chelsea now be if you had Daniel Levy in charge of the club, Enoch, would you still be at Stamford Bridge, or would you be in a new stadium by now?
Well, Roman Abramovich is in the last 6 years he's tried getting new stadium, and he just can't get no planning permissions.
No. What I'm trying to say is, Mike. What I'm trying to say is, with the spending power between the two owners, it's incredible. Roman Abramovich is probably worth 15 billion. Enoch's only worth 4.5 billion, right? So what I'm trying to say, if Enoch was in charge of Chelsea, by now they will have pushed for going to a new stadium, then winning trophies and spending money on players. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, so Roman's done it the other way around. Roman said, you know what? Let's just spend the money in the team, winning trophies.
But with Roman, it's not just about spending money on players. His system he's changed managers God knows how many times, but he's winning trophies still. And it's the managers that are bringing in these players. They're bringing in the right players. We've just been lucky. We've had the Drogbas. We've had Peter Cech. Peter Cech weren't even going to sign for Chelsea at one stage. He was going to take a year off, but wanted. He took that chance, and look how incredible he
But
was.
is it luck though? Because you seem to be able to get so many good players, over the years. I think that's the difference. I think Simon, you can spend money, but I know we all, you can spend money. You still have to spend it right. I look at someone like Everton; they spent hell of a lot of money.
Exactly.
Look, they spent over 500 million on players, and they're all crap.
Look at Barcelona in the last 6 years as well. Yeah. How much money have they spent? But you look at a team like Atletico Madrid, hardly spent any money, but they're probably the best team in Spain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if Tottenham had a Roman Abramovich, it would have been completely different. It would have been the same as Chelsea.
You nearly did have Roman Abramovich. He was going to buy you.
I mean, he would have brought in the correct players to win these trophies.
He would have bought in the managers, and they would have bought in the right players.
Daniel Levy and Enoch haven't got the money, the spending power like what Chelsea have. You know what I mean? So they've gone for second best or third best, what's on the list. I mean, all the time.
Yeah, but I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
And that's the problem with this club at the minute. That is the problem with this club at the minute. That they haven't got the resources like the Abramovich, like the Sheikh Mansour's at City. We're nowhere near that. We're a million miles away. I mean, we can't go out and spend like Chelsea go and spend Lukaku in the summer, like 100 million. Spurs, we can't do that. I mean, we can't do that.
Yeah, but look at PSG. How much money have they spent? The two players alone, they spent nearly £350 million, but they still can't win that Champions League. It's the same with PSG. They've probably spent more money since managers took over in one season as many teams have spent over 10 years. So you know what I mean? But they can't win everything.
I don't think money just completely fixes
money don't buy you. You still got to have the players, and you still got to have that system where it works. Yeah. It's not about the money. It's money, because they look at players, owners like Roman Abramovich, and they think that cut's worth 12 billion. Oh, we're going to charge him 100 million for a player, which we probably would have only sold 50 million to another team. That's what's happened.
This is what happened over the years with Poch. I reckon that year where we didn't sign anyone, I reckon they offered him people. Or I know they've offered him people, and he said no. They're not my style of player. I don't just want any Tom, Dick, and Harry. I want someone to fit my philosophy and my tactics. And this is what Conte is about as well. He's come out and said, only if the player's right or fits to my thing. And if Adama Traore is right, who are we to say to one of the best managers in the world, oh no, he's not good enough for Spurs? Why is he not good enough for Spurs? Because we're winning everything, clearly. I just think sometimes us as Spurs fans are too entitled.
Now look at Conte's bloody CV. If he wants Traore, there's some reason why he wants Traore.
Yeah,
his CV speaks for itself.
We're not saying that. We're saying that.
This is why I know people want us to get 1, 2, 3 players in, but if he gets Traore, great, because obviously that's a player he wants. But what happens if you give him 2 players that he doesn't want, and then you're just stuck with 2 more crap players who won't fit in the squad, and then you've got, it doesn't work. This is why it's hard to buy in January.
We had it with Shevchenko. Mourinho didn't want it.
In the summer as well,
but Roman did.
You know what I mean? It's the problem when it comes to the summer.
But you can plan more ahead for the summer. Like there's a lot of free contracts coming in the summer. There's a lot more option. You can properly plan and have a pre-season around that.
Well, you just say like the Vlahovic at Fiorentina. Okay, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's have to play what Conte wants. And if they haven't got the money to stump it up, they'll go to the second flipping rate. They'll go to the second rate striker. Who's on the next list? Who's on the third list? You know what I mean?
But it's like I say that January, mostly in the January window, most signings, you have to spend a lot of money. Look, I remember when Chelsea bought Fernando Torres, 50 million. Was it 50 million on transfer?
And he wasn't that great. He wasn't that great for at least season and a half.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of mistakes that Chelsea have made, but they've learned from them and got better at them. Got better from it.
You've just nailed it on the head, Matt. Fernando Torres was an awesome player for Liverpool. Chelsea went and bought him because of that, because he plays in the Premier League. But in our system, he couldn't play that well.
No.
Because we played a different system to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So that's what... You could spend as much money as you want on players, but it has to work.
I think we've got to take a gamble under Conte. If Conte does want Vlahovic, just say Vlahovic, he wants him in this January transfer. Well, I think we've got to listen to him.
But there's no way Fiorentina sell their best striker. They're going for the top 4. It'd be like someone coming in a bid for Harry Kane and going, "What? We want your star striker."
Fiorentina apparently they are willing to sell. They're willing to sell.
Yeah, but that's not according to them. That's just a leak or a sort. I don't know whether to believe it or not. I can't believe that a club like Fiorentina, who could get into the top 4, with him who's on absolute fire, are going to sell him when they could just really think about it.
Remind, he did say that Fiorentina are willing to sell.
But he doesn't want to come to us, Simon. He'd come out and the rumours are that his agent said that he likes Juventus. I don't want a player who doesn't want to come to Tottenham. It's the same with Ndombele. He never wanted to come to Spurs.
But at least try and make
go to a PSG or someone like that, or a Barcelona. I don't want another player like that. I want someone who wants to come and play for Tottenham.
There's not a lot of players out there who want to come play for Tottenham. That's the point. Matt says, good pal surviving the drop zone, although yesterday didn't help. Oh yeah, Leeds. Not going. Well, you got a good result against West Ham though, Matt. Richard says your live chat guest looks all chilled. Out. What's that? Chilled out, puffing on that spliff.
It's not a spliff, it's a cigarette.
Derek says 4 games. Chelsea 8, Spurs 0 tells you all you need to know. Richard says Spurs will struggle to score in Soho. Ron says Conte won't walk that easy. They tried to get him before Nuno, but he declined. So Spurs must have given him. He didn't. The bread and butter to build a team. He didn't reject us, Ron. And it was literally he was attached to Inter Milan, and he wasn't ready to come back into management that quick. Yes, Jake. Not a bad weekend for you. For you, not really. Arsenal draw, West Ham lost. Only United won, 2 points behind with 2 games in hand. Just shows how important the Leicester win was. Yeah, that Leicester was a massive win. Absolutely. Simply Ace says Chelsea are way ahead of us with their spending power, and they also recruit very well. We are like a bouncing ball for them. Cole says the stadium had to be done. I agree with Matt. That was natural progression and it needed to happen. Simon says Abramovich would do both if he was allowed to, but it's as Mike says, he's ran it into a lot of speed bumps. Chelsea generate a lot of cash because they invest and they can continue to invest, unlike us. Cole says we need to bring in experienced players and step away from exciting prospects coming through. That is how we strengthen this team. Yeah, I totally agree with that one. Absolutely. I remember the days when we were the most successful club in London, bar league titles to Arsenal, and look where we are now. My wife and her family are all Chelsea fans. It's no wonder I don't have much hair left. Matt said, be nice to be able to get more first-team players out than any other team all season. Yeah, you've had it real tough this season, Leeds. Cole say, yes, we are... We are too entitled, and so many people talk shit about Achori like we all have coaching badges from FIFA and Football Manager. We watch football and Achori player professional football. And for Spain, Chelsea, Jake says, is this a Chelsea fan? How does he feel you're losing the League Cup final?
Yeah, we'll see.
It's Jake, the Liverpool fan. So, Matt, so what are you expecting, Matt, from now? Obviously, international break now. We don't play now till FA Cup now. Is it Brighton at home? I think it's
next
the
week,
next game.
isn't it? Next week, isn't it? FA
2 weeks,
Cup.
isn't it? Is it 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
No,
2
it's
weeks' time.
we got Chelsea got Chelsea got Preston next Saturday because we're in that World Cup Players Cup the following week for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
there is some football next week then.
Well, Chelsea ain't back to the 19th of February. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
But yeah, Chelsea play Preston next week in the FA Cup next week and Saturday.
I think ours is on the 4th of Feb.
Fifth.
5th. Is it the 5th?
Yeah.
The 5th? Oh, was it? Yeah, 5th. Sorry, Matt. Yeah. So what we expecting, Matt, from now and till the end of the transfer window, mate? Obviously, no, the Chari deal. It's looking most likely now that's going to go over the line.
Oh, bloody hope so. It's been taking ages.
Yeah, I think the deal will get done, Matt. I really do. I don't think, Matt. Seriously, I don't think they'll not get no one this window. I really do. So who else do we need, Matt? That's the thing. Who else do we need? Someone like a Kesse, Matt. We've been linked with someone. Obviously, someone.
Yeah,
saying,
but I'm hearing tonight that he wants to stay.
He's not leaving. He's not
He
leaving
wants to
yet.
stay at AC Milan just to finish, because they are in the title run at the moment. So,
And he's
he
got
would get a pre-contract. Why can't we agree a pre-contract with him? That would be quite nice. Well,
I said there'll be lots of things happening behind the scenes where Spurs are not going to issue not to no one. That's how Spurs go. Such a
be on the final
club.
day. That's what it'd be on the final day.
So we've got Tungi going out. We know, obviously, we think that deal.
Well, we think.
I think that deal was ever so close, Matt. It's not. He knows he's not getting back in his team now. He's been dropped. Same with Dele Alli. So if both of them go out, we do need another midfielder in there.
We'll rule out Lo Celso. I think he's going as well. I think all three.
And Brian Hill. He looks like he's going to Valencia. I think on loan. They want him on loan to the end of the season, and so does Seville again. They want him back on loan.
We need to left back.
If we let them four go and don't replace them, we really are in trouble. Like in terms of
that's what I'm trying to say, Matt. That's what I'm trying to say. Something's bubbling behind the scenes here because no way we'll let Tungi go and Ali go and the Celso go.
I think the main two they want out, especially I think it will be Tungi and Dombla, and Dele Alli will be out. I think he'll be out the door, mate. He don't care. Let's be honest.
Dele Alli's going to Newcastle, isn't he? So
yeah, fuck off. Good riddance. I'm fed up with him. How dare he go on TikTok and fucking post a video while in the middle of our game? Disgraceful. Absolutely shocking. And that is the mentality of some of our players we've got who are rotting our club in the core, Simon. They're still in that squad. They're still training every day, picking up a wage packet, and he can't even be asked to fucking watch the game, let alone bloody, and he's smiling after, we're losing. It's not good enough. So he's got to go, and Dombele's got to go, and we've got to bring in Traore. Hopefully that gets done early next week.
Well, Chelsea need a left back for sure. We're struggling. Yeah. Lonzo can't do it at his age constantly. We are struggling in that form.
Interesting.
Simon, I think we'll get 2. I don't think we'll get 3. I can't see it.
Gini Wijnaldum, Matt.
Yeah, I'd love that. I wouldn't. If it was Gini Wijnaldum and Traore, that's not bad for me in January.
I think that would be a swap deal with Tungi. I really do. He wants to come back to the Premier League. He's not settled there, is he? Tungi wants to go back to France. So
he's even in the squad. I think I was watching PSG earlier. I don't think he's in the squad by now, So
yeah. So I said, Matt, things like that could be bubbling behind the scenes and no one knows about. And
I think for me, it's got to get done. Well, I think just because of the pressure after tonight, I think we'll hearing quite a bit of stuff tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there'll be things flying around at the minute, Matt. I mean, from now to the end of the window. Right, here we go. We got CFC Gem in here. 4 times, slap 4 times. Yeah, you can hold it, mate. You can hold it. Hold it. Yeah. Not a problem, pal. It's the same way we don't see you when you lose. But here you go. And so yeah, so who's the two you think might go? Think Matt, Traore and.
Well, I think Traore will get down. I'd like Wijnaldum. If we could get a third, I'd like someone. I wouldn't mind that Diego Carlos maybe at Seville. If we get him in at centre back, I don't think that'd be a bad deal. And I think it's another, that'd be an all right window for me. And if we got rid of, then Dombele and Ali and maybe Lo Celso, I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Would you wait for a centre back if we can't get the one we want? Because that sounds like a Diogo Carlos ain't a Conte signing. It sounds like it's been thrown in the hat by Paratici.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
if there is a defender out there and some like a De Vrij or like a
Oh yeah, I'd rather wait, obviously. But
you'd rather wait.
I think Tanganga will be going to AC Milan. I think those
Tanganga Eddie was awful today. Sorry, Matt. I think the guy needs to go away, and he
needs to go away. And but I think AC Milan want to deal with an obligation to buy. So, I mean, fine if we can get 25 million for him. I think I just don't think he's ever going to be good enough. I don't think. Chelsea have had to do it with Tomori. He's doing really well in Italy, actually. But sometimes sometimes we just got to cut our losses and get him out, mate. I just think this club's got to be a bit more ruthless now. And Paratici's got a very important 9 days left. And we'll see if he's the Don by the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, I'm now expecting a couple of signings, maybe 3, and get them settled in, ready for the return after. Yeah, I think it's come at the right time, this international break, isn't it? Over this January transfer window. Get these players in we want, get them training. And Cole says a bit of a break and time to get these players who have knocks back to full fitness and get some new players bedded in. Yeah, absolutely. It's just why the only why I'll say about our club, Matt. Why can't we just have players ready before this transfer window open and get the deals done?
Well, I think the problem was Conte had not fully finished his full evaluation of the squad. I think we had injuries and he couldn't quite evaluate everyone.
Yeah, just at least one. We could have done with someone like a Traore today, isn't it? I mean, someone who can just change something for us. Do you know what I mean? That's a sort of player like I think we was missing today.
The only problem with getting Traore, he's cup tied now, so he won't be able to play in any of the cup games.
We're only in one, are we, Matt?
We're only in one. But I'm just saying it would have been good to have him, against Brighton, But
yeah, one loss in 10 games. Let's not moan till.
We've got 21 points out of 30. I don't think that's terrible after that, since Conte's come in. So that's not bad at all. Under Nuno, mate, we weren't even having a shot on target. I think we've improved massively.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
I'm not saying you, mate. I'm just saying the whole Spurs fans in general. Everyone's just moaning.
It's just little tweaks that I'm a bit flipping, but peed off how he does it. Paul says, why does it always take us, same as people, long to get players over the line? This Adama deal could have been done 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so frustrating. I can see where you're coming from. At least this Adama deal, surely they knew about this Adama coming in, Matt. He wanted him in January, innit? And this could have been done. Cole said Kesse will do a Vlahovic and he won't commit to a club until he sees who gets into the Champions League. Cole says Wanyama coming the other way for Tungi, apparently. Simply Ace says, what is bubbling behind the scenes? Is Conte going mad? There is things going behind the scenes, trust me. I can't see us flogging all these players and bringing no one in. Apparently, Kesse has turned down a January move to Spurs as he wants to stay at Milan for the rest of the season, apparently. We had agreed a deal with Milan for the move to happen. Cole say, come on, Poch, do us a favour and give us some players. Ron says we need a finishing midfielder, to be honest, who can also defend. I think all these players are going out. There has to be a plan with players coming in.
Of course.
And if Japet and Duds go to Milan, we had better replace him. There's no good reason to ship him out and be left with Joe Roden. Oh dear, absolutely. It seems strange, Matt, innit, to get all these players out of the club and not bringing none of them, no players in. So there must be something going on.
Of course there is. No team does that, do they?
Diabala, what's going on with this, Matt? What do you reckon?
Oh, he'll be waiting, mate. I think he'll be waiting to see who's in the Champions League. I think all these free contract players, they'll be, I think, playing a waiting game. I mean, I'm sure Rudiger's doing it with Chelsea, I think he's just seeing what happens at the end of the season.
No, I don't. I think he's waiting so hard. He wants Chelsea to give him the deal with that deal. He don't want to leave. He wants that deal. It's just Chelsea should give him the bloody deal, because if we end up having to lose him, we're going to have to spend at least 67 million on another defender that's just as good as him and pay him the wages that he wanted. That's ridiculous.
And
It's
you've got
stupid.
to replace Aspilicueta at the end of the season as well, haven't you? Because he's going, isn't it?
It's just ridiculous. Yeah. It's just pay the fucking man 200 grand a week. So what? He's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
Jake said it must be nice talking about signings while we are celebrating on international break, so we can get Salah back.
But Jake, you don't need signings, mate. You keep bloody winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, without Salah, yeah.
Where did you see that, Cole? I think it's on about the Wijnaldum. That's from the other day, was it? Yeah, it's from the other day. So, yes, guys, we are going to be heading out shortly. I've got to be up in a minute for work. So, Mike, thanks for coming on and giving your insight into the game, mate. Nice one. Thank you very much, pal.
No worries, pals.
Good luck to the end of the season, mate.
And you too. You too. I hope Conte gets what he gets. He should be given a present, Conte.
I think so, Mike. I think you should.
You should respect the man. Respect him. You know what I mean? The man's CV proves it to himself. He wins. But he needs to be backed.
I think the whole fan base respects Conte. That's not without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm not saying you fans don't respect him. I'm saying that the board should respect the man and his CV and sees that every club he's gone to back him. So do the same thing, and then you'll win a trophy.
I think we'll see Daniel Levy now try his hardest, I think, now to try and get something done and try and please him for the summer. And that's what me and Matt was talking about, that it will be the summer where we'll probably get the bulk of the players that Conte wants in. But I think we need at least minimum two or three in this window if we can get something done. But Mike, thanks for coming on, pal. Much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries.
And good luck to Chelsea. Well done to you, mate.
Good luck to you, mate. Good luck.
I mean, deserved it over the games. I mean, it's just frustration again for us. But we'll crack on.
As much as Chelsea fans and Tottenham fans hate each other, I do not want to see a manager like Conte be crap. No, I want you to do well, mate. I do mean that for him.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I respect that geezer. So
absolutely. So, Mike, thank you very much for coming on, pal.
Yeah. See you later, Matt.
See you later, Mike.
See you soon, pal.
See you soon.
There you go. That's Michael, the Chelsea fan there, Mike. Matt, sorry. We've got a couple of here, Matt, before we go out. Cole says, hello, Paul. It was in the Athletic, I believe, last week, but us link with everyone and get no one. Tim Man 007 says, the reason fans are moaning, guys, as whenever there is an opportunity, we always leave it to late in the window. We now have a good chance to finish top four if the board back Conte.
Well, we've got no games. They can just fully concentrate on recruitment, because all I've got to focus on is Conte. Go and do the training. Paratici, get off your arse. Go and I'm sure he's doing the deals anyway. But we've got a clear break now, and if we can get them in this week, we can settle them in. They can have a week with the players and the squad, and then we'll go again. We'll be all right. It's not all doom and gloom. 21 points out of 30 under Conte. It was 9 unbeaten. We got a good result against Leicester. We've won one of our games in hand. We just got to go and win the others, And with
the games in hand we got, Matt. Was it Burnley, Brighton, Arsenal? I don't know who else did the other one. But yeah, they're all winnable, Matt. They're all winnable. It's not like it's like.
I'm not saying they're easy, obviously.
No, not saying they're easy, but they're winnable. They're winnable, Matt. It's better than having United, Chelsea in it, or Liverpool's and Cities. You know what I mean? Cole says spot on. Top 943, big up, lads. Thank you very much for coming in, pal. Simon says PSG must have so much money that they lost all sense. No other reason they want.
He'll fit PSG because it's a slower league. He'll literally dominate it.
Because he ripped that league up, Matt, innit? Paul says not who's there, definitely not any new signings. Oh, dear. Top bloke Michael.
Look, if we look at this squad, if we get a Dharma right, we'll have. If we can keep everyone fit, we could have Lloris in goal. We have a back three of Romero, Dyer, and Sanchez. We could have Adama and Reguilon as our wing backs, Skip and Højbjerg as the two holding midfielders, and then Lucas, Kane, and Son. Now that can get top four.
Yeah.
You know, Bergwijn, Davies on the bench, Winks if he needs to come on. That maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Matt, is this your mate? Is it?
That's my cousin Luke. Hello, Luke. How you doing, well, mate?
I remember from last time. You're right there, Matt. It's definitely, but it's the bench then, Matt. We got to look to that bench when we need what. That's what I said to you. We need another one or two over Traore. So when that game's not going right, we know we got one or two class players on that bench.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to think what he's going to do for the cup game. Whether he thinks maybe not to throw it, but maybe to put a sort of different sort of team out again. Is he just going to concentrate on the league now?
That's the problem, Matt, isn't it? That is the problem. We're at home. And I think he'll put a mixed bag out, Matt. I don't think he'll put a full strength out. Cole says Leavely has got a major problem, as I have never seen us as fan base behind a manager. If he doesn't, he is screwed. Yeah, he knows he'll be fucked. Cheers, Mike. Nice one, cousin Michael. Cole says, great show, gents. Thank you very much, Cole. Jake says Spurs to bid 150 million for Mbappe incoming.
Yeah, all right.
Is he on the wind up now, Matt? Is he?
Yeah, definitely.
Cole says, is it one game or is it all good? No need to panic just yet. I am more worried about the transfer situation than league position at the moment. It is, yeah. It's one game, yeah. I understand you now, Cole. Luke says Ndombele is sick. Is he just lazy? Is he sick or just letting? I think both, innit? He's sick in the head and he's fucking lazy as fuck as well, innit?
No, I think sick means like good. Like he's saying he's really a good player. Like, but he's just very lazy.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, Luke. He's a good, talented player, Luke. Very.
Doesn't suit the Premier League. Doesn't suit the Premier League.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be at Tottenham. It's clear to see.
Toxic said we could get third if we win all games in hand. Positive, Matt. Come on, positive. Come on. Toxic's being positive.
I'm being realistic. Fourth, I would take. Third, no.
If we don't go out and get a new midfielder, we need to stop with these two defensive midfield system. Yeah, and take the reins off Skip, push him forward, and let him press on the front foot. Let Højbjerg focus on defending. Yeah, we've been saying this about this, Matt. Innit? If we can't get a midfielder in January, let's scrap this flipping two defensive system. Innit? Toxic says Gil, Delhi, and Lo Celso and Tanganga may all go. And Tanganga.
I think that depends, like how we do, how long it is going to take to get these players out. If we can get them out in the next couple of days, we'll bring some players in, I'm sure.
Absolutely,
but
mate.
If you leave it to the last minute, it's going to be a right old scramble, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And we're just going to end up with some donkey.
Carl said Ndombele is world class and could run the league, but hates the Premiership and Spurs. Carl, I just think he just can't handle it. And that's come down to it. His fitness can't handle the Premier League. So, Matt, after all that, mate, after all that talk we done earlier, hoping for something, at least a draw. It didn't. We didn't have our day, mate. But we'll go again, Matt. We'll go again. It's not worth just crying over one game. As you said, it's only Conte's first lost.
Exactly. I mean, it hasn't been a bad week, has it? We beat Leicester. You know, we've got that one of our game in hand one.
We said this in the preview, Matt, and Chelsea we never win at Chelsea, and we should have the attitude, really, innit? We should be going, fucking, we're going to beat Chelsea.
It does make you think that, are we really cursed there? Because a lot of stuff happens there, mate. I mean, we can talk about it now. I suppose Michael's gone, but that was never a push.
No.
I mean,
even Michael said it was never a push. That was, mate, and that could have changed the game, Matt. You never know.
I think it would have, because I think they would have been frustrated. They would have had to really go on the front foot, and our tails would have been up. You know,
absolutely.
It's just tough, isn't it? I mean, we'd never get the rub of the green at Stamford Bridge, do we? Really? I mean,
I just think, mate. The thing is that contact. It's a contact sport, Matt, and. All it was a contact. It wasn't a malicious foul pushing the back. It was just, I think he's had his hands out like that, and Thiago's made a meal out of it, absolute meal out of it.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. I mean, do you think he's dived? I mean, I'd suppose it is a dive.
Yeah, because it was on a yellow. Like it could have been pinned.
You know.
If that was in the box, would you have a penalty?
No, it wouldn't have been a pen. No, and I'll guarantee in Sky they would have said, "Oh no, not a pen. Kane's dived," and they would have absolutely drilled him for it.
Absolutely, you know what I mean?
It's just ridiculous. You know, you might as well just say to defenders they can fall over now with the slightest touch. Basically, a striker can't use his upper body strength anymore, because if you fall over and die, VAR aren't going to look at it.
Absolutely pathetic. It really is. Toxic said, "I've heard about Kessie 50 million." Been agreed, but the player's agent wants to wait until the summer. Yes, we've heard that as well, Toxic. Cole said, "Don't worry, Simon. We are not down and out yet. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely not." Simon says, "Hope we get Adama in and get him all oiled up for the next game. Please, Leavely. We've had enough donkeys running on carrots. Just get the deal over the line. If he is what Conte wants." Exactly. If Conte wants him, I'll be happy with that. We are cursed there. Something is fishy about. Yeah, he's saying the same as you, Matt. Saying fishy. He's cursed at the bridge.
Honestly, mate, it one win in 29 minutes.
Oh, it's terrible. That's what a fucking shit stat that is. Cole says Silva died completely, but news he's experienced it. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agreed. Some said Thiago is a cheat. He didn't just dive. He went flying like he's been chopped by a prime Jackie Chan. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, Matt, we'll end it there, mate. We'll crack on, Matt, as we say, Matt. As you said, international break now. We've got no games. As you said, let Paratici now on the board get these fucking deals over the line. Get these deals done. Come on. Something must be happening behind here. Give something we can like fucking cling hope on to. You know what I mean? For the rest of the season.
A midfielder who's a bit attacking and can maybe put a pass in behind.
And Simply Ace says, "Great show. Thank you very much, Simply Ace. Thanks for coming in, pal. Much appreciated." And Christian Eriksen's going to Brentford on a 6-month loan. Wow, what a deal that is for Brentford.
Yeah, brilliant. Be great to see him back, actually.
Yeah. I don't think it was right for Spurs, was it, Matt?
No, I don't think. Yeah, well, I mean, he's someone we need, isn't it? But I just think it's a massive risk, isn't it? Spurs wouldn't do that, I don't think. And I think the way Eriksen left Spurs as well, I think him and Levy left on bad terms. So
yeah, absolutely. So guys, thanks for every single one of you coming in tonight. There's a great chat, some great guys in here, some regulars all the time supporting me and Matt on the channel. Thanks for every single one of you. And make sure you smash the like going out, guys. And if you're new in here, smash the subscribe, guys, and get this out to your family and friends. Let everyone know that Premier Hotspur is around. Help us to 1K. We are under 270 now, Matt. We've got a couple of subscribers earlier, so we're under 268 now. We are away from a 1K. So we'll definitely get there, guys. We'll definitely get there. And hopefully, for the power of you guys in the chat, can get us over the line as well. So, Matt, have you any something for the guys in the chat?
Sorry, I was late earlier. It was the roast dinner's fault. It was lovely though.
Was it nice?
It was a nice roast beef, mate. Beautifully rare. Nice homemade Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, it was nice.
He's winding it
I suppose just everyone calm down. You know, I was a bit annoyed earlier, but you kind of just put it all into perspective, don't you? They're much better than us at this moment in time, and as Conte said, we're a bit behind, and you know he comes in halfway through the season. There will be ups and downs throughout the season.
But the worrying thing was, Matt,
you got a massive 10 days. Go and back your man. Get Traore, maybe get 2 more in, and we go again. And you know, it's like I say, it's not all negative, is it? We'll have Son back after this break. We can refresh, and Romero will be coming back as well. So
absolutely,
maybe it'd be nice to have I suppose maybe a break from Spurs in terms of playing time, because I think we all need it after today. But I'm sure we'll be all glued to Spurs.
We'll bring you a tier. We'll bring you a tier maker, mate. Innit, Matt?
We will. We'll do that during this
transfer one. We'll bring a transfer one
during this break. But just everyone go and enjoy the rest of your evening. You know, you're going to get some banter tomorrow if you go to work with Chelsea fans. Just take it on the chin. We'll bounce back. We'll be back, and we'll get our revenge on them soon. Don't you worry. But just crack on. Back Conte, and come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely. So a couple of chats here before we go out. Toxic says PSG are still in talks with Ndombele. Absolutely toxic. Michael says thanks for having me on the lads. Great show. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for coming on as well, pal. Cole says I think I would worry watching Ericsson. That in drum and bass Delhi is all over Sky Sports. What's he trying to say there, Matt? Is that he's not even put a
I think he's saying like he's going to worry watching Ericsson. I'm quite looking forward to watching him play. Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on Brentford. I think definitely. I like watching Brentford anyway, but with Ericsson, it'd be great.
Good work. Thanks, guys. Wicked show. Thank you very much, Toxic. Thanks for coming in as well. So, guys, we are going to go out now. Thanks for everyone. If you're not subscribed, guys, get over to subscribe, guys, and get us to 1K. Help us get over to 1K. It'll be absolutely fantastic. So, from comments, where's the comments? Comments here. Jack says, check for British Joe, new tweet, post Spurs news, Matt.
Yeah, it's about Ndombele, I think.
About Ndombele.
Tottenham and PSG are still in talks for Ndombele loan move. Pochettino's commented on it, said, I'm not talking about Ndombele because he's not in our club. PSG are open to progress to improve. I think everything is open. 1 week left, he added.
Right. Here we go, guys. So looks like Ndombele could be going to PSG. So good night. God bless, guys. I'll take it off the screen and I'll get this up.
Oh, hang on. There's one more, mate. There's one more.
Got him.
Apparently, if Ndombele leaves, Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat is one of the players on the list if Ndombele leaves Spurs on loan. Never fucking heard of him. Amrabat? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. This is fucking not a Conte signing. This is fucking, what the fuck are we getting here? Right, okay. We better go out, Matt, because we fucking... we've been all night laughing about this.
I'll see you after this, mate. Jesus. I love that comment, by the way. Don Berger.
Absolutely fantastic, Toxic. Thank you very much, pal. So, good night, guys. God bless. And we'll leave you with this, guys. And we'll be back with you very shortly, guys, with some transfer news.